Caitlin Clark, often dubbed the golden child of basketball, has just made waves by announcing the launch of her own basketball league. This bold move comes on the heels of her dominating performances on the court, and it's clear that simply excelling in the sport wasn't enough for her. Now, she's stepping into the roles of commissioner, owner, and innovator, a truly audacious venture for someone so young. It seems Clark has decided she can do better than the existing systems that have long undervalued women's basketball. Clark's decision has sparked intense discussions regarding the current state of women's sports. Many are rallying behind her, echoing sentiments like, "She doesn't need to play for that whack job," referring to WNBA's struggles and the lack of proper compensation for its players. The criticism of the WNBA has been relentless, with many arguing that it hasn't done enough to support its stars financially or logistically. Players like Camila Cardoso are forced to travel overseas after the WNBA season to make ends meet, highlighting the systemic issues that plague the league. For months, Caitlin has faced her share of controversy, often being labeled a product of privilege rather than being recognized solely for her immense talent. Accusations of racism have also clouded her achievements, with some suggesting that her success is primarily due to her being white. Yet, in the face of this adversity, Clark has thrived, turning every insult into an opportunity. Now, she's taking control of her narrative by establishing a league backed by significant investors who see her as more than just a player. She's viewed as the future of women's basketball. The criticism from figures like Gino Auriemma, who questioned Clark's readiness for the WNBA, has only fueled her determination. His comments, which suggested that her fans were delusional for believing she could make an immediate impact, have resonated with those who feel the WNBA has failed to adequately promote its stars. Clark's response isn't just to prove him wrong. It's to create an entirely new platform where players can thrive without the constraints currently imposed by the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is not just a basketball player. She's a trailblazer. Her new league aims to offer fair compensation, allowing players to stay in the U.S. and earn a living wage without having to chase international contracts. Imagine a league where players no longer have to endure long flights to distant countries just to support themselves. It's a revolutionary idea that could redefine the landscape of women's basketball. Rumors are swirling that Saudi Arabia might be interested in backing Clark's league, a prospect that has the potential to change everything. With the kingdom's recent investments in sports, including LIV Golf, the financial backing could provide the resources necessary to attract top talent away from the WNBA. If players are given the choice to stay in the U.S. and earn better salaries, the WNBA could find itself in a precarious position, scrambling to retain its stars. Clark's charisma and connection with her fans are undeniable. She talks a lot on the court, and her confidence only adds to her allure. The logistics of this new league could either run parallel to the WNBA or operate in a different season entirely. Either way, it presents a nightmare scenario for the existing league, especially if stars like Angel Reese and Paige Bueckers join Clark. The potential for this league isn't just about better pay. It could also introduce player ownership stakes, allowing athletes to have a real say in their careers and the direction of the league. This empowerment could transform the relationship between players and management, turning athletes into business partners rather than mere employees. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's reshaping it. Her league is a statement against the systemic issues that have long plagued women's sports. It's about reclaiming her narrative and proving that talent, determination, and vision can transcend the limitations imposed by outdated systems. This is not merely a reaction to criticism. It's a proactive step toward creating a future where female athletes are valued for their contributions both on and off the court. In the end, whether this league comes to fruition or not, one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark is not just a player. She's a revolutionary. Her actions challenge the status quo and inspire other athletes to think about their worth and their futures. The WNBA has had decades to get it right, and if they don't adapt quickly, they might find themselves overshadowed by a league that truly values its players. Caitlin Clark is leading a movement, one that calls for recognition, respect, and fair compensation for female athletes. It's impossible not to feel inspired by her journey, whether you're a fan, a player, or just an observer of the sport. As she embarks on this new venture, the basketball world is watching closely. Will the WNBA adapt, or will it be left scrambling in the wake of Clark's bold new league? Only time will tell, but one thing is